Hala Sultan Tekke. The Mosque of Haram is a Muslim shrine on the west bank of Larnaca Salt Lake, near Larnaca, Cyprus. Haram was the Islamic prophet Muhammad's wet nurse and the wife of Ubada bin al-Samit. Hala Sultan Tekke complex is composed of a mosque, mausoleum, minaret, cemetery, and living quarters for men and women. The term tekke applies to a building designed specifically for gatherings of a Sufi brotherhood, or tariqa, and may have referred to an earlier feature of the location. The present-day complex, open to all and not belonging to a single religious movement, lies in a serene setting on the shores of the Larnaca Salt Lake, which appears to be an important site also in prehistory. Hala Sultan Tekke is a listed ancient monument. History. The site in prehistory during the second half of the second millennium B.C. The area of the Hala Sultan Tekke was used as a cemetery by the people who lived in Dromalaxia, a large town a few hundred meters to the west. A part of this town was excavated from the 1970s onwards by a Swedish archaeological mission and proved to be a major urban center of late Bronze Age Cyprus. The most recent excavations at Hala Sultan Tekke, the new Swedish Cyprus expedition, have been carried out by Professor Peter M. Fischer from the University of Gothenburg, Sweden. See www. Fisher Archaeology. Radar surveys have demonstrated that the city was one of the largest in the late Bronze Age, maybe as large as 50 hectares. Another archaeological investigation conducted by the Department of Antiquities under the Women's Quarter of Hala Sultan Tekke have revealed building remains dated to the late Archaic, Classical and Hellenistic periods. Several finds indicate that the site might have been used as a sanctuary, but the limited scale of the investigations precludes definite conclusions about its use. References: Fisher, P.M. The New Swedish Cyprus Expedition 2010. Excavations at Dromalaxia, Hala Sultan Tekke. Preliminary results. With appendices by P. Klingborg, F. and F. Kaufve, C. Hagberg, O. Svensson, S. Macridis and L. France, Opathrom 4, 2011, 69-89. Fisher, P.M. The New Swedish Cyprus Expedition 2011. Excavations at Dromalaxia, Hala Sultan Tekke. Preliminary results. Opathrom 5, 2012. Hala Sultan Tekke. Most accounts establish a connection between the site and the death of Haram during the first Arab raids on Cyprus under the Caliph Muawiyah, between 647 and 649, which were later pursued throughout the Umayyad and the Abbasid periods. According to these accounts, Haram, being of very old age, had fallen from her mule and had died during a siege of Larnaca. She was later buried where she died. According to Shia belief, her grave lies within Janat al-Baqi Cemetery in Medina, Saudi Arabia. During the Ottoman administration of Cyprus, a mosque complex was built in stages around the tomb. The tomb was discovered in the 18th century by the dervish called Sheikh Hassan, who also built the first structure here. Dervish Hassan managed to convince the administrative and religious authorities of the site's sacred nature, and with the permission he received, he built the shrine around the tomb in 1760 and had it decorated. The wooden fences around the tomb would have been built by the 19th century Ottoman governor in Cyprus, Said al-Haq Mehmed Aga, which were replaced by fences in bronze and two doors by his successor Acem Ali Aga. In another account, Giovanni Maretti, who visited Cyprus between 1760 to 1767, wrote that the shrine was built by the Cyprus governor he names as Ali Aga. According to Maretti, until 1760 they used the stones of a standing church in a ruined village nearby as construction materials. In another source, it is mentioned that the construction of the mosque was initiated by the Cyprus government governor Said Mehmed Emin Effendi in classical Ottoman style, and it was completed in November 1817. The ancillary buildings have been repaired in 2004, and the mosque and the minaret are currently being restored. Both of these initiatives have been carried out with support from the Bicommunal Development Program, which is funded from USAID and UNDP, and implemented through UNOPS. Attacks. The mosque has been attacked a number of times by vandals. On the 24th of July 2010 it was attacked by Molotov bombs which caused material damage to the site. This is the second such attack, and other saboteurs have thrown rocks which have damaged windows and put sand on the entrance of the mosque. Layout. Above the entry gate to Tekke Garden is an Ottoman inscription dated the 4th of March 1813. Sultan Mahmud II's monogram appears on both sides of the inscription and reads, Hala Sultan Tekke was built by God's beloved great Ottoman Cyprus governor. The garden itself was designed by a pasha and came to be known as Pasha Garden. The complex of buildings adjacent to the Tekke was known as Gulsan Faiz. To the north of the entrance there used to be a guest house for men. On the right side of the entrance, there was another guest house of which one block was reserved for men and the other for women. It was a custom for visitors to take the oath of dedication to serve the Hala Sultan Tekke if the wishes were realized. The domed mosque is square-shaped with a balcony and was built in yellow stone blocks. The minaret was repaired in 1959. Haram's tomb is located behind the mosque wall of the Qibla. A further inscription dated 1760 is found here. Aside her, there are 4 other tombs, 2 of them former sheikhs. Another important tomb is a 2-leveled marble sarcophagus carrying the date the 12th of July 1929. The tomb belongs to Adil Husayn Ali, who was the Turkish wife of the Hussein bin Ali, Sharif of Mecca of the Hashemite house, himself a grandson of the Ottoman Grand Vizier Kaka Mustafa Resid Pasha and a descendant of Muhammad. At the eastern corner of the mosque and the Tekke, there is a cemetery, which was closed to burials at around 1899. A number of past Turkish administrators are buried here. Opposite the mosque, there is an octagonal fountain, which was built around 1796 to 1797 by the then governor of Cyprus Kaptan Basi Mustafa Aga. The information on the construction is recorded on the marble inscription located on the fountain. On another inscription dated 1895, which was recently discovered in the Tekke Garden, it is written that the infrastructure for bringing in the water was built upon the instructions of the Sultan Abdul Hamid II. Significance. While being acknowledged as a holy site for Turkish Cypriot Muslims, the mosque has also been described by secular contemporary sources as being revered by all Muslims. In an assessment of the environmental and cultural assets of Cyprus, Professor George E. Bowen, a senior Fulbright scholar at the University of Tennessee, is quoted as referring to the Hala Sultan Tekke as the 3rd holiest place for Muslims in the world. This view has been echoed by other sources including the United Nations Development Program in Cyprus and the Cypriot Administration's Department of Antiquities. Others describe the site as 4th most important. As a result of the site being located in the Greek non-Muslim sector of the divided island, pilgrimage visits to the site are infrequent. In addition to interventions at the imperial level and by high-ranking administrators for the maintenance and development of the complex. During the Ottoman Empire, Ottoman-flagged ships would hang the flags at half-mast when off the shores of Larnaca, and salute Hala Sultan with cannon shots. Gallery.